So in my opinion, there really should be a premium on alcohol delivery on DoorDash or any app that delivers alcohol. Anyways, we're going to go into that. All right, guys, so I think I've touched up on this before a little bit, but in my opinion, there really should be a few things that is a lot different on DoorDash and, Instacart and Spark and any other delivery or Uber Eats, any Grubhub. I'm pretty sure they deliver alcohol. I haven't done Grubhub in a long time. We don't really have it around here. I have to go up to a different area to do it. But anyways, my whole thing is like, for example, you could get an alcohol delivery for $3.75 sometimes. And then, I just finished one that was $5.75, which is, for a quick delivery, it's really not bad. It was super close to the store, and it was totally fine, like for a normal order. But when it's alcohol, it really bugs me to have to deliver to, a customer when I'm delivering alcohol. And the reason being, I always respect the customer. I always be as nice as possible. But at the same time, I want to protect myself as much as possible. Because, and I think I've said this before, I think I even made a video about this, but I thought I'd go ahead and, touch up on it a little bit more maybe. Because I don't think I went through as many points as I plan on going through here. But one, we can get deactivated. If we screw up in any way, like they do stings occasionally, and I have had random stings done on me. I'm pretty dang sure they were stings. It's just weird to me, some of the things that have happened in the past. And it just seems like I don't see any other way, any other reason why it wouldn't be a sting. But I might be wrong. Like, for instance, I had one where I delivered and there was somebody that looked pretty dang underage. Well, they looked like they were right at like 18 or 19. Maybe they could have been 21. And then they also had, their girlfriend there that she had a valid ID. But he didn't. He technically had an ID on his phone, and I thought that was really weird. So I was like, and on top of that, do not scan IDs when they're on their phone. That is 100% against the rules. One, it's against the law, at least, the alcohol rules law. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble for that. And also it's against DoorDash rules if you get caught doing that somehow. Or if you get, somebody stinging you and you scan the phone, you can get kicked off DoorDash, immediately. It's not something you want to do. There's all kinds of other things that, and another thing that I want to say, and the reason why it should be a premium is because, one, it saves the customer so much money in DUI, in some ways, because, you're not supposed to deliver to people that have been drinking already. That's another rule. Yeah. Anyways, and it can be kind of weird. And I have rejected alcohol based on that because, for instance, you never know. You never know if they're going to go out and just, get super drunk and they're going to get in their car and drive. Most of the time, I can totally understand. It's actually saving, in my opinion, you're saving the customer from driving. Like if, for instance, they don't get their alcohol, they might go and drive somewhere and get into an accident. But, another dasher is eventually going to get their alcohol for them. It's going to cost them money, though, because if you do return the alcohol, they do get charged for it. But still, it's like you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your account. And, yeah, you might get a 1-star because of it. Like I had one that didn't get canceled because they still had items on it. And I went to deliver. I got there, and there was, the guy was having a party full of people, and you could tell there was underage in his house. They weren't if they were hidden, it's not on you because you can't, you don't know for sure if there's people in there, but they were all right in front of the door, right around him. And I'm like, yeah, I would have to have every ID from every single person here, because I have to make sure to protect myself. And then I even called DoorDash. And they were like, well, if the ID scans, and I'm like, I don't care if the ID scans. It is not legal in Washington State. It does not matter what support tells you. See, that's one thing, you can call your support to protect yourself, your account. So you can protect yourself to not get kicked off DoorDash. If support tells you to do something and you do it, sure, you'll protect your account and you won't get kicked off DoorDash, and you won't get deactivated because support told you to do something. But if you're still breaking the law or something happens and support tells you to do something, it's still on you. You can still get in trouble even if support tells you to do something, because it's still let me go. I actually pulled up a thing about that. If support tells you, because what it doesn't guarantee. Third-party checks. If law enforcement, restaurants, or alcohol deliveries require a clean physical ID, they might reject yours regardless of what DoorDash says. So if you're being stung, and that was another thing too. It's like I was worried about tonight because you got IDs that if they're not considered valid, you can still get in trouble for it. If you take a non-valid ID. And it's one of those things where I'm like, it's super cautious about all kinds of things. And there's a lot of things that DoorDash doesn't even tell you unless you go into their whole rules. And yeah, future scans, a slightly damaged ID that scans now might fail later as it wears more. DoorDash could then require you to upload a clearer one. Support chat / email isn't a legal shield. If an order involves alcohol or age restricted items, you're ultimately responsible for showing ID that the customer or merchant accepts. So, yes, if support tells you to do something, might not always be the right case, because that support person seriously, when I told them, I was like, there's underage there. And I could tell they're having a party. And, if it was an adult with a bunch of, if they were kids and they were his kids, obviously, then it's obviously he's not, sharing the alcohol and it's just for themselves or whatnot. But if you can tell they're about the same age and they look like they might be underage, you want to make sure. Because if they give the alcohol to an underage and they get into a car when they're drunk, you're responsible for it. If they get into an accident, you can get in trouble for it. And on top of that, it's like there should be stricter things on DoorDash for alcohol. Like, seriously, we have like a 5-minute thing for alcohol. Same with Instacart to certify. I don't even know if there really was an Uber Eats one. I think, that's right. I think there was a video or something you had to watch. But still, there should be a lot more that you have to do to get certified for alcohol, at least. And then it should pay more, in my opinion, because every time you go to deliver alcohol, you are, possibly going to get in trouble from DoorDash. You might get deactivated, but then you also might get in trouble by the law if you screw up. If you scan like a fake ID and it looks real and everything, and it like, maybe, I don't know if fake IDs scan or not, but still it's a scenario that I worry about sometimes. And then if you screw up somehow and they give you the wrong ID and it's not really theirs, but the pictures kind of match, that could be something you get in trouble for. If there's a lot of different things that I worry about every time I deliver alcohol. And I deliver alcohol, and the main reason is because if I don't have alcohol on there, you lose all kinds of orders. That's the only thing that's really good about, being certified for alcohol, because you could sometimes get a huge order that's really good, and then only one item on it is alcohol. And then you won't get that order if you're not certified for alcohol. So that's one thing that I always, make sure to keep it on there. And then those ones I can totally understand. It's just, that's my reasoning. I had other things in my mind that I was going to go off about on that. Oh yeah, I lost my train of thought. There's actually a support page from DoorDash, which maybe I'll pull it up and actually make a video on it, but you can look it up that actually shows where you can deliver and where you can't. There's a lot of miscellaneous things that get through the cracks on DoorDash. I'm sure that some things that is, if it's obvious, it will block it, like a school or something. So you can't deliver to for instance, that is one of the rules. You cannot deliver alcohol to a school. Like any school. You can't deliver to college campus. You can't deliver to colleges. You can't deliver. You're not supposed to be delivering to any of that. But I have, like, for instance, the college dorms around here. They haven't lately, probably because of me. I don't know, or maybe they just blocked me because I've had to return alcohol. But the dorms, you are not supposed to order alcohol, and we are not supposed to deliver to those dorms. So it's one of those things where if you don't know, and it's not obvious, there's not, like, you don't go through the steps and the trainings of what you can and where you can and can't deliver to. It's just kind of like a support page that you have to scroll through and you have to look through and you have to learn, extra knowledge. And they also have these long, like, I've looked through the DoorDash terms of service and it just goes on for days. It's like the Bible almost. It's just insane how long the terms of service are. I've read through as much as I can what I did to try to understand most of it. Is I kind of, I've used AI to summarize everything, and that helped a little bit, but there's so much in there. Like, I tried to read all of it. I was like going from the beginning, going through all of it, and I did skim through all of it, but it just goes on for days and days and days. Like, holy crap, dude. I don't even know. Like, I understand most of it, but still, it's crazy. Anyways, that's the main reason why I really think, it should be a premium, because, you could easily get in trouble, get banned from DoorDash, get banned from Instacart, get banned from Uber Eats, etc. And also, you could possibly get in trouble by the law if, you get in trouble. You screw up in just a small way. You're not even thinking about it. And I know a lot of dashers out there, like, I've even talked to people, that you could possibly get in trouble. And I talked to a dasher about this, and they were like, really? I don't even think about it. They just, show me the back of the ID and I just scan it. I don't even really look at it. I'm just like, yeah, you should be looking at the ID. You got to make sure it's actually them. It's their ID and it's valid. And they're actually over 21. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I think I'm going to actually try to, I don't even know. What do you guys think of the lighting in here? I think I'm actually going to get some lighting for in here when I record, or at least a little bit more. I have some lighting in my car, but it doesn't seem to be quite as bright as I wish it was. I don't know. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get this video up, get my gaming video up, go to bed, and hopefully I get up and get going a little earlier, because, I got through day 30 of accepting everything on DoorDash, but I didn't get going until like right around noon or so because of a bunch of stuff I was doing. Anyways, the video for that is coming tomorrow.